This is a brand new format. We're gonna experiment. I've got my notebook with some old notes that I haven't reviewed before, but I'm gonna do it live on camera. And it's an experiment, so why not light up a cigarette? Hey, we're in the sun, we're having a good time. So this is Lao Tzu's The Dark Enigma. Feel free to Google it, PDF. It's literally 20 words maximum. So read that, and this is my take on it. And so he says, if the way is called the way, it's not. If the way is called the way, if the path is the path, it's not the path, right? What does that mean? How can we really take our learnings from it in the context of the dark enigma? So now let's think about this. Think of an example when you're about to wash the dishes and someone says, oh, can you wash the dishes for me? Now, because someone's told you to do said thing, you now no longer feel like doing it. That's what I see as the dark enigma, when it's called the way and it's not, right? Now, let's think about an example where someone's helped you 1 or 2 times, but now they don't downplay it. They continuously bang on about it, right? They use it as a tool. Again, that feels like dark enigma. If the way is called the way, then it's not. If you're helping me, right, but you continuously brag about it to people and you say, oh, remember that time I helped you? You know that motherfucker. You don't want to take help from them anyway, because it's now no longer help. You're waiting for a favor, or you're waiting to tell other people that, oh, I helped Chris, right? And so we all know a person like that. And again, for me, that's dark enigma. He then goes on to say, through the two are one and the same. And I underline that. Once they arise, they differ in name. So then I ask myself, what's one and the same for me? Well, if you lie or you hold back the truth, you omit the truth, to me, that could be a dark enigma, right? Now, it's one that I do. And so I see that I am a dark enigma many times in that form of communication. I don't know if it's one I subscribe to even, calling it dark, right? To say that they're one and the same, but they differ in nature. A lie versus omission of truth. But it's the first idea that came into my head. What else, right? Through the two, they're one and the same, but once they arise, they differ in nature. Well, one that I experience in my life as someone who's a dark enigma is I often shout advice. I shout my feedback from a place of love, right? But they differ in nature because I shout, right? It comes across different, though they're one and the same. I'm just trying to give you advice and I mean it passionately. It differs in nature because if I'm shouting, potentially throwing a swear word, especially the female demographic, they're going to think, well, why is he shouting at me? Why is he being so aggressive? I mean it passionately because I want you to do better. And again, that makes you a dark enigma. Swearing in general. So if you do it for effect, if you do it for comedy, right? If you do it for a delivery, versus if you do it to be hurtful. One and the same, but different in nature. And again, if you're someone who swears a lot, you probably are perceived as a dark enigma. So the 3 examples I just gave you here perfectly encapsulate for me how Lao Tzu's description of a dark enigma applies to me, right? Now, I wrote here, these are dark traits, almost, you know? Lying, swearing, shouting. Yet the enigma, the dark enigma, is somehow able to captivate, is somehow able to win and to lead, right? By having this ability to command the room and shout and scream and be able to manipulate the truth and the conversation. These are characteristics of a leader. And so then I ask myself, if I'm a dark enigma, is that why I have these leadership qualities? He then goes on to say, it's the gateway of all mystery. So then my question straight away, is the mystery what makes a great leader, right? That's what I took from a dark enigma. Is the traits of the dark enigma what makes a great leader? Is that the gateway of the mystery that Lao Tzu is talking about? And so I asked myself, why was it that the first question, the first mystery for me was leadership? At the start, there was a part where Lao Tzu writes, the named is not 10,000 things. The unnamed is origin to heaven and earth. And at first, I didn't actually see the profoundness of this line. But much like life, I had to go through it and loop back from the end. It also occurred to me that the dark enigma would make no sense to people. If the named is the mother to 10,000 things, then it has a label. Whereas the unnamed, the untamed, the route to heaven and earth, that's hard to describe. You can't put 10,000 words or 10,000 things to it. And so for me, the dark enigma, just that word in itself breeds curiosity. And Machiavelli talks about familiarity breeds content, and so to be a good leader, you must be slightly absent, slightly distant, breathe this aura of curiosity amongst your subordinates. mother to 10,000 things. You see how the mother is a maternal female trait to show, right? And the dark enigma is almost the dark horse, the masculine essence. And so I can put you under the label of these 10,000 things, that the mother of 10,000 things. You're an accountant, you're a sports fan, you're anxious, you're single, right? There's so many labels that you fit to, there's so many labels that you conform to. And so you're not the dark enigma, and you're not a leader. You're trapped in some sort of system to the mother of 10,000 things. The dark enigma, he's able to lead, right? And it doesn't need to be lead anyone, it's lead himself, guide himself and others as a result. And so this Lao Tzu excerpt actually made me feel a lot more comfortable in my leadership, because understanding what a dark enigma was reinforced why I believe I'm a good leader. And so to me, it was a beautiful short poem to, in many ways, demystify the poisonous, treacherous perception that the Machiavelli frame has, because I found myself to be very Machiavellian. I think in terms of my leadership style, I do lean towards that, and there's no issue with that. Once you understand that my personality traits push me towards being a dark enigma, that's kind of the remit where I fall under, and I'm comfortable with that, and I understand that there's strength in that. And then once again, to be able to balance it, yin and yang, and have this element of fairness to all the people that you lead, and a fairness to yourself first and foremost. Boys, that's it really from me. If you enjoyed these sort of videos, you definitely would enjoy my winner's journal, which is my newsletter. Essentially every morning I go through what I've studied, or like a eureka moment. Every morning, whatever I journal, I spruce it up, give a bit more context, and slam it out to you guys on an email. So make sure you sign up to that down below. It's completely free, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Reply, let's have conversations and breed some real intellectual conversations. If you enjoy these sort of self-improvement videos and you're looking to get into a community with more guys that are like-minded, who are on this same path, same mission, and very similar to you, and also you want to interact with me, get my advice as much as I'm able to give, then check out our Skool community down below. Other than that, boys, I hope you enjoyed. Comment and subscribe. Winner Chris out.